Hello Sagittarius, welcome to your July 2025 wealth reading. I'm going to timestamp below, so if you want to skip the process and just get your messages, feel free to do so. Otherwise, let's get started. Okay, so if you see me pause, it's just because I feel movement. But essentially, when I do wealth readings, it's about anything that connects to your happiness and joy centers, what gives you fulfillment. You're not feeling want or need, but of course we cover money, wealth, finances, career, because that's the literal for wealth. Pretty much anything that's connected to kind of your wheel of fortune, right? Whoa, kind of flying out there. Interesting kind of path. Oop, that was on me. I was actually moving my hand as that was coming out. I wanted to say interesting path here on how they're falling. I thought I felt some movement over here. Well, I guess not. Okay. So I'm just going to tune in, make sure they're all sitting where they wanted them to go, since they were throwing them out of my hands. Let's see. Nope. It needs to go this way. Okay. Got some physical display here. Emotional, emotions have now translated into some physical symptoms, I should say, physical displays, physical symptoms. Interesting enough, I woke up this morning with a completely stiff neck, and I am a fellow Sagittarian, so I wonder if that's my physical display. I guess we'll see here what these emotions are, but I can barely turn my head to the left right now. Okay, let's get our cards to complement. Added clarity, additional messaging. Oh, deck's stopping me here. But yeah, I was trying to say how it's kind of this cascade that I'm kind of seeing here and how they're falling for you guys. So it'll be interesting to see how, once we get into the reading, how the cards want to pair up here with the charms. I don't usually pull groupings of cards out like that either, so interesting. I wonder if the Leo reading is going to be similar and at least interesting stuff for me as a reader. You're the last two signs for the wealth readings this week. Okay, I'm just going to tune in here. I'm going to take my timestamp as well, but to see where we're starting here in this cascade. If it is a cascade, am I starting at the top there? Yeah, I feel like, I keep focusing up here. So I guess we'll kind of see what charms I group together. So let's see, where are we starting here? So a reminder of your gifts, your talents, your experiences, right? That build up your expertise as we talk about wealth. So wealth, career, professional, personal growth. So a reminder here. They're pairing this here with like an urgent message. Like, you need to hear this now. Oh, sorry. My wildcat here is all about speed, movement, but quick change as it relates to your talents here. Maybe you're going to see like a sudden development. I don't know if some of you are taking like a master class or any kind of graduated certification, or if you'll just get recognized with a call to the manager's office for just awareness that you're being considered or being selected for a pretty unique role, or uh, like a leap. You know, you might skip a tier or two, depending on how your organization is kind of structured. Sorry, like a role or two, and kind of leapfrog into a new role or a key role here, based on obviously your, like I was saying, your unique gifts, your unique talents that you're offering here. There's like a kind of like a sudden leveling up here. Just trying to see if that's connected to the rest of the charms here. If it's sitting out kind of solo, it's kind of hanging out here. Like this is an urgent message for some reason. So let's go into the cards. Let's see why it's urgent that you are reminded about kind of who you are, what you offer, your worth, your value, and that you're blessed. I don't know. Maybe there's some like blessings coming in from the universe here as it pertains to wealth, right? Maybe some unexpected wealth. Sorry, that was me forgetting I can't turn left. Oh, okay. Well, there we go. You know, we have a beautiful Sagittarian card, as we see in most readers' readings. You know, when our wands come out here, sort of the Queen of Fire, right, as a fire sign. So again, here's your unique gifts and talents, right? She's dressed in a robe that looks like a phoenix rising. And a phoenix would be equally quick, but also that leapfrog that I was seeing, like that I don't know, like I watch a lot of games and stuff, so I just keep seeing the effect of like your character getting like two or three times bigger, right? You've achieved the level, you collected something. Here for us, it would be like I was saying, knowledge, experience, wisdom, or you've been training, going back to that certification or master class, or just focusing on your personal growth here, and the impact that it's having on you here at this point in your wealth journey, in your wealth story. And it looks like it's leading to, you know, a pretty significant positive impact here to your entirety of your world. You know, home life, family, you know, whatever that kind of dream or lifestyle is for you. We have the wishes coming true. You know, I kind of saw that shower of, you know, maybe you're going to be getting blessings from the universe. So we have the rainbow here. And then we have all these opportunities, but also wealth, abundance, prosperity. You know, it's very calm, controlled. You're happy. You know, you're fulfilled here. There's like this newfound kind of peace I'm feeling, like a newfound calmness. You know, maybe you've discovered this kind of new world. If it's a new role, like a sudden change based on your talent, right, your expertise. So a sudden change into that new role or a new company, and it's like, you know, a really beautiful fit for you here. Okay, let's see where they're pulling me next here. I keep kind of looking down here in this corner, so maybe we'll come down here. Okay, so we'll come down here. So the tile says messages from your ancestors, your loved ones, you know, and there's like a caution here. Something about kind of like a new social group. So like I was saying, sort of the transition. I don't know if you're entering a new team, a new company, or just like I was saying, a new community, a new social group. You know, you might be pursuing that certification, that interest, going after your MBA. So you might be working with a different, just kind of diverse collection of individuals, right? Like-minded people still, because you're all kind of entering this for the first time, but there is this infancy here, this newness to you, this uncharted territory energy coming from the Bambi charm here, my little fawn, as it relates to this community, this company, this team. So it's fresh, you know, new relationships here to make. But it comes with a caution here about indulgence. Maybe this is a caution around ego, right? If we're coming into a new role, a new team, especially if it's a level up, you know, people are going to be saying flattering things. So just, you know, obviously accept them and hear them and absorb them, but maybe a caution here for ego, display of ego, or maybe indulging too much in this new community, like overcommitting your time. That possibly could be the caution here as well from the loved ones. And I think just in general, right, there's always kind of a caution around forming new relationships, you know, how much we share, again, sort of how much time we commit into it. As we kind of, you know, start to enter it. Again, coming back to this infancy here. It could just also be go slow, right? If this is indulgence, try not to jump in, go too fast, get too involved too quick, make change too quick, influence change too quick. So kind of, you know, find a good pace. I'm gonna kind of come through these 3 tiles next. There's kind of a connection here that I am seeing. They're kind of pulling me up to this new opportunity. And the new opportunity is kind of endless possibilities, which means you can kind of make it what you want it to be. So again, I was kind of getting that sensation over here of this role where you can kind of leapfrog or a new role that was designed for you, or because of your new skills, unique gifts that you've recently acquired. You know, you got endless possibilities here on the kinds of roles you can apply for, right? If you're graduating with your MBA or your certification. So there's an interesting opportunity here that waits for you. It's a new start that's coming after a closure that you've completed here, as it relates to changing your energy. And it looks like you put some work into this with the notebook. So again, kind of coming back to personal growth. That was also a theme that was coming up pretty strong early on in your readings here. So, you know, collection of experiences, personal growth in the sense of, you know, looking back and adjusting your energy, your mindset. You know, you feel like a different person, right? We saw this here. You feel like a new person, a different person. And you've already unlocked this fresh start, which is heading you to this kind of limitless possibilities. You know, what are you going to do with this fresh start? We have just kind of touching happiness around the corner here, but along the same, I guess, conversation thread down here, message thread with the angels, is like wishes and dreams kind of coming true, manifestation, vision boards, anything that you've done sort of in that space, even if it's just affirmations, you know, the odd comment here or there that you just kind of say, and, you know, that does translate into a wish or intent that you've put out there. And it's around the corner. I definitely feel it's connected to this new opportunity. You know, why wouldn't happiness be connected to it? But I feel like you're going to recognize this opportunity as like a wish come true, a deja vu moment. I can't believe it. You know, is that role even available? Kind of sensation you're going to get out of this this kind of experience when the opportunity comes around as part of this fresh start, part of this new energy that you're sitting in, you're attracting here. But they keep bringing me back here, like you're going to see the signs. You're going to recognize it for what it is. So I don't know if some of you are worried about that as they pull me to this last tile here, what's destined to happen. And it's like X marks the spot. Like this isn't going to pass you by, especially if you're someone that has put in a lot of effort recently in personal growth or academically or even professionally, right? You've put in your late nights, you've put in your extra volunteering work. You know, you've always put in your 120%. And I don't know if some of you are fearful that, you know, after all this time, I'm going to miss it. You know, this wish isn't going to come true, but there's like a no, you know, you're not going to miss it. It's destined to happen. X marks the spot. And we're in July. So we're kind of in the summer season. Like I said, I've already seen this fresh start already started. You've already put in the work. It's already started. You're already on this path. You know, you might already know what this new social group, this new community is to you. So it's begun. So the emphasis here, like I said, they keep drawing me back to a dream, wish, you know, come true, dream come true. They're really hammering that home here for the Sagittarians. So maybe some of us are losing hope, starting to experience doubt, self-doubt. You know, and the angels and our soul energies here don't want us to. Don't want you to. Okay. Yeah, see how they had me like rearrange it? You know, all this effort, all this work put in, but what I'm seeing actually, it's less the people here, but what they're drawing me into is see how the kind of pentagon kind of star is kind of coming into full shape, which to me, when I get it in my charms, that means manifestation. So kind of full control. And they had me turn this card when it came up because they want us to focus here, right? This is where we're at. A lot of readings this July was all about the Wheel of Fortune starting its next rotation, right? Its next block of years, 7 years, 5 years, 10 years, whatever that's going to be for you. If you want to kind of dive deeper into that, I would suggest finding your favorite astrologer or numerologist to help you determine, you know, how long is the current window you're entering into here for your next phase. But see where the ball is, kind of in the kind of roulette wheel here, right? It's turning. See how I said you've already started? We saw that. You've already started. You just kind of stepped into it. So July, we're just kind of, or maybe June. June, you probably just stepped into it. Now we're into July, right? So keep manifesting. Keep this positive change that you did in your energy, right? The closures that you've done, this positive start, and continue attracting this wish come true, this dream. And I just realized I put the Wheel of Fortune on top of, you know, our world here. That's the word. I don't know why that was eluding me. World. Okay. Maybe that seems so far away. Maybe that's why we're in this energy here, right? This kind of dream world. You know, the world that you dream of is manifesting. Maybe it seems so far away, but like I said, I almost see the perfect star here. The manifestation is almost fully together. So I can see why the angels' energy here is kind of doing that final push for all of the Sagittarians. Okay. So heading up to our final kind of area of messages, I had started to hear about some physical display of emotions. So something, so stress, tension, stress, anxiety, nerves. But this is a physicality. So if you been wanting to get something off your chest and say kind of your piece, You might have developed a sinus cold or sore throat or dry cough. As I said in my intro, I woke up this morning and I could not turn my head left. I'm having severe neck pain here. So as a Sag, that's my physical display of the emotions that I'm holding on to, my tension, my stress. And mine relates to wealth. So I think yours obviously is going to as well. So this is emotions as they relate to career, where you're at in life, just overall, finances, or a key connection as it relates to your full fulfillment, right? Your happiness and joy centers. But you're walking confidently regardless towards this happiness around the corner. So regardless how you're displaying some emotional or bottled up emotions, held in emotions physically right now, you're still very confidently and bravely walking towards this happiness. You're determined to have happiness, and why shouldn't you? And with the happiness around the corner is a comfort teddy bear. So the angels are welcoming you with a little gift here. Here's your teddy bear to hug and carry forward into this new chapter. You got a new companion, a new buddy. Could be that as well. Happiness is around the corner, so it could be a new connection for you if that's the fulfillment that you're lacking right now. Could be the right manager fit for you, or the right team fit for you. Could be a love connection. I wanted to say comfy cozy because I keep seeing and feeling the softness of a teddy bear. But those oversized ones that you can kind of, fall into and actually have the bear like kind of hug you. That's really what they're showing me here. So it's like this big comfy coziness that you're heading into, a period of that, which is also a wish coming true. So something else that you've dreamed of, right? That easygoing lifestyle that we started off with here in the intro. And that was coming in fast, right? That's where we started. So the angels are ending off here on a little bit of a block. On top of a little bit of some kind of physical pain, or I don't know, maybe you stubbed your toe or caught a finger in a drawer. But there's this balance. Even though we're seeing the personal growth here and this fresh start has just begun with this closure and shifting your energy, you're still kind of seeking full balance here. You're still kind of chasing that. So that's a bit of a block. So you might be flip-flopping in the work you've been doing here professionally I shouldn't say professionally, but on your personal growth, all the work you've been doing on changing who you are, right? We saw that again. You were a new person here. So you're still finding your balance, finding your footing. So it's a bit of a block right now in momentum, but as we saw, something's coming in quick, because what the angels want us to focus on here, the campfire, so they're drawing you into the flame. They want to focus on, yes, and sort of this abundance of love, wealth, prosperity. So they're pulling us back here to the world and the wheel of fortune, what's coming up, the manifestations, your dreams coming true. Sort of this X marks the spot. So, summer 2025 seems to be a significant period here for Sagittarians. Let's see how they're pairing the cards here. It's quite nice. In another reading recently, I really saw this as kind of waking up, kind of shaking your like bed head out. I kind of feel I guess which princess is it? Snow White, or Sleeping Beauty, I guess, was sleeping for, a long time. And now kind of waking up, shaking it out, and going and sitting on your throne, really, just kind of claiming it. It's just like, I didn't even look ahead at the Queen card when I was saying princess analogy. because I was still looking over here, and the mattress, like Princess on the Pea. I was just trying to figure out which princess had slept for a long time. So as I was saying, you're coming out here in your wheel, right? So what was this? 9. So, you know, maybe somewhere around a 9-year period, you know, maybe you're somewhere in the 7, 8, 9, 10-year period of, you know, struggle, not finding full fulfillment, you know, not the greatest connections here. And then you just kind of suddenly wake up, like we saw here in the shift of energy. We saw that just sudden an urgent change here in who you are. It's like you just woke up and you're like, well, no, I'm the queen. So I'm gonna go and claim my throne, claim my world, claim my money, claim my job. So really beautiful kind of ending here on sort of where you're at in your wealth story. That's basically July, sort of this waking up and claiming, right? Finishing that process. So let's check in August and see how much further we're into sort of, you know, this chunk of time. Maybe it will be 9, 10 years plus years. That would be wonderful, wouldn't it be? So I'll see you all next month.